That's not true. Ah, ha ha ha. Don't believe it. Second. Ew. Yeah, I don't believe Dream Elements. Just double checked. Yeah, it's not right. That's weird. Maybe Twitch is what. Mhm. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the name is wrong over here. On Twitch. That is, we are not doing that on Twitch. That was the name of the last video that. Twitch is lying. It ain't so. How can I change it? Oh, dashboard. Let me change it. What? Yeah. Okay. There we go. So the lie. Now everybody is telling the truth. All right. So I spent the last few days working on some basic stuff. Like basically, I created some generalized code anyone could really use. You could just use it from your project. I tried my best to keep the code as um, modular and as generic as possible for whatever project you want to make. So now I'm going to put that to the test. And sorry, I'm going to put that to the test by using that code, using the code that I've already produced from from the project that I streamed the entirety of, and use it to make a completely different game. So the other one was an RPG. We had combos and all kinds of cool stuff, but we're going to use basically the same code to make a different game in 20 days goal, and walk through the whole steps, all of the steps, starting from planning. I like to use codec, so I'm going to do that. We also have version control, so we have Git already set up with this. I'm assuming you already know how to. If you're developing, you probably already know how to use Git. Um, I don't claim to be a master with it. I just use it, the desktop version. There's some people who freaking treat it like MS-DOS, and they know all of the little commands and whatnot. That's not me. Um, okay. So with that said, let's get this going. So I broke this up. This this is called Kodak. So it breaks. I'm going to let's go back a couple steps. So right here, I'm creating cards. but I'm going to go back one step so you can see the whole thing. So I'm only going to do up to day 11 for now. When I get further along and I get a better picture of what things look like, I'm going to remake these a bit, but I'm going to try to stay faithful to each one of these days. So by the end of each one of these days, I should have accomplished what is inside of each, right? That's the goal. But by day 20, we should be at the part where we should have these already done. That's the idea. Um, okay. So the way that these work is we can just click here and it'll just make a new one every time we make a deck. But these are different decks, essentially. This is one way to handle it. But you could also make this like programming, music, art, whatever, like however you want to. I'm doing it this way because it's only me and I know exactly how I want to group things up. So day one, you can go in each deck and you can just click this little button right here and you can make cards. So now in a group situation, people can just grab each card or you can set priorities on the cards, um, uh, change the order, and all kinds of stuff, right? And you can even see metrics on like who's completing what card. There's even, for those who use Discord, a way of connecting this to your Discord. So if you're a group, let's say you're doing a game jam or you're in a group making a game, it'll ping you through Discord, ping your whole group basically, uh, who's done with what when. On the other side, Git does that as well. Uh, Arguably, Git does a really good job at. Well, I don't even think that's arguable. It does a really good job because Git kind of does too good of a job. It lets you know exactly what um was pushed. So in this case, I'm not going to work with the whole hooking in of the of codec into Discord. I'm just going to make this. Maybe later I'll hook it in. But for right now, I want to actually get into the game dev side of this. This is game dev, but I mean like in engine. So let's finish this part. Um, so for day one, I'm gonna close Git for now. So for day one, I know that I want to have WebGL set up to import all of the assets, including the visuals. Sorry. And then organize the folder structure and uh, initialize version control. We've already initialized version control technically. Uh, um, we just haven't uh, we haven't done the WebGL setup, and we haven't organized the file structure, right? But that's neither here nor there. So let's just do that. So next is this, and we have card. So we can just do slash and header, heading one, and organize, or we should just say project file, right? Next one, we just save this, and it'll do that. That's really it. And finally, initialize version control. Ah, okay. So that's the first segment. There's a couple of other things. So we're going to also want to complete, um, or rather, we're going to want to implement some of the core vehicle movement. So that's going to be implement the basic vehicle controller. And that's going to involve create a rigid body for the vehicle script, rigid body base vehicle script, constant forward movement, one rigid body, two forward movement, steering, acceleration. Before we restrict right? And bonus test. Actually, let's get rid of that. Instead, we're prototype. That. Um, so next we have to work. So we want to add a camera. So establish the initial camera. Add a camera with a top-down angled third-person view. Position the camera so. And we're probably going to want to use Cinemachine. Just because we didn't use Cinemachine before, and it's a legitimate solution in Unity, and I feel like I would be doing a disservice by just making my system again. I mean, I like making my own camera structure, but I want to not do that unless I have to. Should always try to use solutions that the engine gives us, because engine literally using an engine for a reason. That's just where I'm at with it. Unless like I was looking for something ultra specific, and engine solution is just going to take more time. So yeah, we don't need to worry about. I did that. That was like if I was going to make my own custom. I was going to do like a tween. You don't need to do that. Let's just save this card. And this is all. That's day one. So this is day one. This is what we need to accomplish. Day two. Uh, so we need to design a level generation system. So we need a grid-based modular chunk. Uh, then we need to dynamically Load, unload elements, and object pooling. Level chunk. So we already have the object pooler. We can just reuse the one that we already made. The chunker we might have to make on the fly. I didn't need to make chunking for the game that we just did. Or the last project. And for the if there's a question on if that last project is going to be finished, yes, I'm going to go back to it. We're just doing this for many reasons, but for the main one is just to say that that code can be used. Just about the code that was in that RPG will now be used. Basically, a racing kind of situation. I forget what this. I think this is an infinite runner. So, um, okay. So now we're going to get to where we integrate the environment. I just yawned. I think I just yawned. In a day. Um, lay out the initial segment using Slinty. Uh, lighting. Right. This is the important part. Look, integrate. Right. That and post post processing. We're speeding through it. Normally, I don't do post processing so early, but we're going super fast. Like in that other game, there's zero post processing, but it still looks great. But if I can't imagine what it would have looked like if I had done post processing. But the difference with an RPG and most other games is that it can get very overwhelming very quickly. Unless you just make sure that you have the right structure. So in this case, or in that case, that's another reason why I'm stepping away from it for a moment, is just to get my brain some room to get the bigger picture back in focus. As I so when I go back into it, I can close out pieces of the game's development that I don't need to get that I don't need to worry about anymore. Right? Like I can go in, close those sections off, and then that's the hope. Um, so actually, let's go back here. Lighting that uh did post processing. Ah, processing. The add Unity post processing step. There you go. And configure bloom, color grading. And believe it or not, that's day two. That's going to be a lot of work. It by itself. Day three. So day three is when we start getting into more gameplay related. Well, directly gameplay related. So we're going to be implementing the obstacles and power up system. So let's start with the obstacles. Basically the same thing as doing power ups. So we're going to have speed boost, shield, time slow, and we need to create. And then we finally need to integrate the power ups, same like the other. Implement. They're probably these two things are probably going to just be the same class. They're just going to inherit differently. They're essentially they're the same object. Just one you want, one you don't. So randomly power ups on the track and a. Hey. So remember we made our effect system? Basically just use that for this. When you pick up, they apply the effect, and for that period of time, that logic is running through. I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently for this one. For different reasons. I think I'm going to use real time, not a tick. This is much faster pace, so there's no real reason to have like a tick, I think. Okay, day four. Oh, bro. This is the part. Day four. I already feel exhausted doing. Thinking about it. So now we have to design a game HUD. Like it's not hard, it's just imagination. You gotta like think like what's gonna look good kind of. Um so basically we just need something that's going to show vehicle health, vehicle um score, and current power-ups. So we never actually got to displaying the current running effects. And that would have been pretty good in the RPG, right? Like I was thinking about doing that on the top right, but we never got to it. Hopefully, if this plays out well, we'll be able to do it in March. This is supposed to just take February. Okay, next we want to tween uh, tween or UI trend. Um, integrate. Okay, so this is easy. We just made. I didn't do this on stream, but I guess you'll get to see it being implemented here. Is the feedback. So like when the screen shakes, zoom on certain things, etc. Right? Uh yeah, there we go. Yeah. And we have to finally, this is a lot actually, Dave. A lot. This is the part I feel like if I can get past this part fast, the rest of this should just be easy. And finally, audio feedback. We're going to use the same audio manager that I had made previously. So that's always nice. Integrate basic sound effects for jumps, collisions, pickups. And collisions. Background music. Okay, that's day 4. Day 5 is when we start doing some polish. And I end. There we go. So difficulty curve. Gradually increase the vehicle's speed and obstacle frequency. So no hard coding. Not like we do that anyway. Um, and we need to implement these scoring. Create a system to score based on distance, obstacle dodging, power up distance. And we make sure we display it on the. Okay. And we have to do polish mechanics. So you need to tweak all spawn rate and their reasonable run force play. Okay. Yeah, I think we can stop it here because the remainder of this is basically QA and playtesting and optimization. This part we have less control over than everything else. So I need to see where I'm at before I go here and say, hey, yeah, we're on good trajectory so we can get like other people involved to like do some testing. I would hate to tell somebody, hey, let's do this testing on day 7, but I'm like nowhere near ready to be. Right? I don't want to waste other people's. So let us um let us consider this done. So we got 5 days out of the way. Go back to day 1, and so we didn't do this yet, but we did do this. Is version control. So we can count this as what else? We didn't do anything else here yet. Being established. Nope. 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 Setup project. No, we didn't. Did we? Whoops. Nice stop. There we go. Okay, so go back to Unity. This is a brand new project in Unity. Just need to set up web. I forgot how to do this. Project settings. Oh, I think it's like something to deal with like build. If I remember correctly. Where is that build button? Open pro. No. Build profile. And yep, here it is. OGL. Why? Now we're on a web build. Did Unity crash? Oh, has to restart. Hey, Nepal, what's going on? Um, Everything is going all right, man. Everything is going a-okay. I'm just so I'm giving myself 20 days. So I'm going to use all of the code that I had already done. All right, let me put it this way. Uh I shared a lot of code over the last couple of days in that project. So a lot of that code was designed to be very general. So anyone could really just grab any of that code, the state machine, the the pooler, whatever. They could just grab any of that and use it in any project. So I wrote all of that code over stream for people to just be able to take and use it in their own projects. And I'm going to take the next 20 days now to build a project out all the way to shipping it using that code to show, hey, the exact same code can be used for any project. This has nothing to do with an RPG. This is, I think, it's going to be like an infinite runner. So I just finished doing some of the codec planning for it to keep myself on course. That's basically it. But otherwise, I'm good. How are you doing, man? Uh, there we go. You working on your project or you're at your job? There's a new version of Unity. Do you want to download it? You know what? Let's download it. Why not? You know what? Let's not, because this looks like it is. Let's not do that during stream. Bad idea. Day job. Gotcha. Okay. So, yeah, basically the idea is I'm going to use this for basically, say, passive income, I guess. But the idea is to push this, to get this done, to show that code, to prove it to myself, and for anyone who wants to use that code, that it's possible to simply lift it from what I did and apply it to anything else. All of that code is super generalized, so it's none of it is like locking you behind any kind of behavior. Right? It's just stuff I think honestly I think Unity probably should have some stuff like which it does. Unity does have like a state machine and stuff like that. But their state machine is bulky in my view. Yes. Tell me about it. What's going on? Okay. So we're going to turn this. So this is already 1920. So we like to lock these things, right? Like if you go by this, then you get all kinds of this going on. But if you lock it, then it's going to do that. Great, right? And at the same time, your HUD doesn't get messed up when you use UGUI and you lock your resolution. Like pretty cool. Um, all right. So let's go like this. So the very first thing is, oh, let's go back to this real quick. What the heck is going on here? There we go. Okay. OBS, brother. OBS. One second. Did some. There we go. Now it's back. Um, I made some progress on my game yesterday. It's based on Bubble on it's based on Bubble. Oh yeah. The Bubble you're talking about the tank game, right? It's based on Bubble Fall, another bubble shooter game. I want to make the levels smaller. I agree. Unity's object pooling system is cumbersome too. I haven't used their object pooling system. I've seen it. I think it's bizarre. Like they make these things with an API that is just cringe sometimes. It's I don't know. It just it's counterintuitive sometimes how they make their stuff. So like I, I think when I want to pull something, I want to treat it like an instantiation, and so we should keep it as simple as instantiating. That's just my approach when I'm developing out an API. Oh no, I already have my solution. I love my solution. Basically, it's just I do the object's name, or let's say like I have a prefab, I just do the prefab dot pull, and suddenly I'm pulling like it's automatically going to treat it like a pooler somewhere else. So it creates somewhere else it'll create a game object and then lock it underneath that. And if you want to, you don't have to. You can assign it its own specific game object if you have that in mind. But just for organization, it'll do that. Um, and you only need to put in one thing, which is just your prefab dot pull, and it'll automatically it'll do a couple of things. So if you want, it will dynamically create your pool for you. So you just do pull, and if it realizes you have nothing in the pool, it'll create a pool of that object for you. Or you can pre-warm it and on start do something like uh, pool pool dot and then warm. Enter the name of your prefab and then the amount, and then it'll warm your pool with that prefab. Then it's just a matter of doing pull, and you're just getting from that pool. All right, those are the two commands it has. The best part about it is when you disable the game object, it'll automatically return back to the pool. So there's no additional code to call for like a return or anything like that. That's proprietary. It's just it handles its own returning back to the pool once you're done with the object. You just have to remember to do set game object dot set active false. Yeah. And all of that I made on stream, so anybody can just go and grab it. Basically, I'm going to. I think it's like on day 3. I'm going to be using it. So I'll get a chance. Let me actually take a look here. Um, so let's see. Today I'm going to be. Oh wait, hold on. Let's. So handling. So we just finished this. We just set it up for WebGL. Um, where's the pooler? I don't think we're handling pooler here today. We're handling poolers. Level generation. Yep. So we're handling poolers tomorrow, day 2. Today I have just a few more things. I need to import some more assets. Odin Inspector, the Sinti Cyberpunk pack, and some my library code. So this is stuff from the other project that I was doing. I need to import that code into this project. Um, and create a file structure. So let's do that next, actually. This is easy. Always like creating file structure. So the very first thing is we are going to folder and we create the game folder. Neon Rush. Just dump our scene in this folder. Art. Okay, there. And this is going to include scriptable objects in it. And inside we will have our this is materials, textures, prefabs. Oops. There we go. Models. Shader. Okay. Um, Inside of scripts, we have auto behaviors, objects, scriptable. Inside of this, we have our controllers and our manager. Then over here, utilities and our systems. And over here, game data. Okay. What software do you use for project management? Um, so right now I'm using Codec. That was the one you just saw me show, and also Git for there. So this is Codec. It's pretty cool. Oh, let's. I'm not trying. I'm not like a Codec salesman, but basically, you can break your projects up into different decks. Um, so here I decided to do it this way, but you can do it however you like. You can make this like audio, programming, art, whatever. I just do because I already know what I'm going to need to do, and I'm doing this solo anyway. I just have day 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And then inside of each deck, you can write out these cards. And you're seeing me go through the process of completing these cards. So as far as I know right now, I think we're done with the project files organization. So let's um, yeah, okay. So let's yeah, I think this is done. So let's just mark this done here. And boom. So we're almost there, right? We're like just a little under halfway. So we need to create a prototype scene, give the camera perspective. We need to also have a vehicle. We need to import the assets as well. So let's handle importing the assets. And see that. But Codec is pretty cool. The best part about it, honestly, I think, which is the part I'm not using, is hooking it into Discord. Especially like if you're working with other people, because everybody gets to see what's getting done, and it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Like it sends alerts to everyone. Um, so and such completed this, and all kinds of cool stuff. It gamifies the whole project management process. It's pretty fun for me. So let's import assets. Yeah. Okay. So let's import. Um, let's see. There we go. So I need to get a couple of things in. right? And I'm going to try to get the ones that aren't going to try to restart Unity first. So let's start with the Cinti stuff. No, we're going to need those. So this is the sci-fi stuff. Import. Um, I'm going to import the whole thing. I honestly don't know. I've never messed with this pack. I looked through my stuff. The other day, I was just thinking about making this, and then I was just looking through all of my assets and realized I had it. So I was like, why not use it? Didn't even know I had it. But we'll see. Okay, now it's taking its time. 40 seconds. Copying files. Okay, there we go. So the Cinti pack is pretty cool because I was planning on going for a cyberpunk look, and it provides. Go. Let's open up a map just to see what it looks like. Been a very long time. Um, close this, and they should come with a scene. Yep, here it is. Let's do a little bit of organization. That'll get out of hand very quickly. Folder, store. That. Okay. They should come with a scene. Demo. Ha! Purple. Gotta love it. Well, pinkish purple. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Let's fix this first. First, let's test this out and see if Unity will fix it. I have to. See. Looks like it's about to. Hey, Unity fixed most of it. Awesome. Like it had a problem with. Yeah, the most important one, the road. Okay. What's going on with that one? The triplanar. Okay. Try doing that. Nothing. Okay. Anything? Any go? Nothing. Doesn't believe in it. All right, fair. Um, what can we do? We can go over here and try the other way. It's not too bad, at least, right? Most of them got converted over. Uh, let's just test this before I go nuclear. Okay, maybe it's a read-only material. Should have checked before I. That's one of those things where you just left click to win. Oh man, it's called spray and pray for a reason. Looks like we have to do it manually. All right, that's fine. What was your question? You said how do you, what software? Okay, how do you approach terrain design in Cinti? Do you simply place random blocks, or is there a method to my process? Um, it's project to project, right? I don't normally. So if I use Cinti, um, oh wow, actually, what does it look like when you're in here? That is cool. Okay, they did a good job. They did a good job. I like it. I like it. We need to fix this road material, but they're this is a good job. I think this is actually what this looks like. Start in a car. Okay, that is nice. What vehicles do we have? Oh wow, they really did a freaking bang up job. I like this. Um, so this is going to use a chunking system, and it's going to be a lot of different maps that are going to be procedurally generated, right? And I mean that's the nature of an infinite runner. So as far as I'm concerned, um, we just need a straight path, and the car just needs to know which way forward is, right? Uh, and so level design based on that most likely means that we can get away with making things make sense as far as the level the roads go. But the bigger picture would be random. That makes sense. Like each map should make sense, each level should make sense, but then when you get to the next level, it's completely random what that's going to be. But that level in its own context should make sense. The overall though should the theme should match just being inside of an urban area in like a cyberpunk situation. But uh you might end up with a I mean, technically that kind of makes sense, right? Like in most cities you end up with like a barbershop, liquor store, barbershop, liquor store, barbershop. Auto mechanic shop, barbershop, liquor store, barbershop, grocery store, barbershop. Like that's usually how it is in most cities. Hey, there's a liquor store. See? It looks like liquor plus something, huh? I don't know what that is. It looks like a. It looks like it's supposed to be legs, but you know how these cyberpunk shows are with that stuff. It could be legs with like the head of a freaking toaster or something. This is cool. And then we have another liquor. This is pretty urban. This is pretty urban. It's just bars, different kind of bars. um, but terrain is a very specific word, so I was assuming that you mean level design. If you really mean specifically like terrain, I don't think Cinti does terrain. I think they mainly like this isn't terrain, right? These are all just game objects. Um, so if you meant like level design, that's usually how I would, or that's how I'm going to approach it for this game. Right now, obviously, there's not going to be as much depth to what I'm about to make. Like this has more depth than I need because we only need to know what's here. We don't need all of these additional buildings because the player will only ever get to see basically this. as they're going through in their vehicle, right? So they just need to see like skyline kind of in that. That's why I was like, oh, that's really awesome that gave us those buildings background. Very nice. Um, Otherwise we'd have to make them. uh, okay. So yeah, okay. So we just need to fix this last material. Let's do that. I'm not sure why this material is not converting. Should So what do we have here? We have the texture is I have to write this stuff down. Texture is Polygon Sci-Fi 01A. What are the other ones? Um, Mission is 01. So we're getting a 01 pattern going. And the overlay, dirt. Okay. And that. All right, so let's duplicate this real quick and do a conversion. Always duplicate. Let's go lit. Um, are we in URP? Oh, URP, Universal Render Pipeline. There we go. Oh, it stored it. The only thing it didn't store was the texture. Is thing 01. There we go. Okay, so this is the new one. So now we know what it's supposed to look like. So let's convert this one. And the only thing that it would have needed is the that should have fixed it all. Let's delete. Unless there are other material. Oh, there are other materials here. But all of them should have changed. Gotcha. Gotcha. What texture is this? Sci-Fi Road. URP. Oh no, we lost everything. Okay, we gotta duplicate it. I thought it was gonna carry it over like the other one did, but I guess not. It's never that easy. But so according to this, we need to use this texture. Normal map. That's um and of 01. Okay. Not use that. But that. There we go. That looks a lot better. Right? And what else are we missing? Overlay. This is the texture. Dirt. Okay. Um let's try doing it that way. Normally would be the height map. No. Help. Yeah, that didn't help. Definitely not that. Let's try the metallic map. That's closer. Bit too much though. Know what that's gonna do. Holy cow, that's actually what it was. Okay, there you go. Go figure, it's always the last one. Bring that occlusion down to now the streets look kind of dirty, but got it going, so let's delete the original road. Okay. And the neon signs is the last one. I think it's the last one. Worded. Those signs. They're all pink. Even though that you'd think that that's the color they're supposed to be, apparently that's not the case. They're pink because it's broken. Yeah, all of those signs are pink. They're supposed to be other colors. All right, let's try to fix it. First, neon signs. Second, the emissions and the diffuse is used. I need to head out now. Okay, sure, dude. But I'll be streaming Cyberpunk tonight. Feel free to drop by and say definitely. I'll talk to you later, man, and have a good day. If I don't get to you talk to, well, what time are you even doing it? If it's like reasonable, I'll still be up and awake. And I'll definitely drop by if that's the case. Let's convert this over. First, let's duplicate it. Then we back to the original. And convert this over to Universal Render Pipeline. Let start match. First, let's set the image. Oh, it already has the same. So then base map. Oh, it works right away. Nice. Okay. And now we can just delete this. Let's check all of the good. Any of the materials out here need work? Good. That's it. So the materials are now set. We will now save. Um, it was a good thing that we loaded the demo. Otherwise, I would have loaded a whole bunch of stuff and not realized problems. It's a lot easier to take care of things early. Okay, this is good. All right, next step is the we need to, so now we're going to load in some stuff that's probably going to make me want to reset Unity a few times. So things like do tween, um, and Odin Inspector and so on. But these are just like things as a developer, they just make things. So let's start with the first one, which is Text Mesh Pro, I think is not. Okay, Text Mesh Pro is in. Are we doing, we're not doing any 2D stuff, so we don't need. What are you complaining about? Nothing. What happens if I run this scene? I have no clue. Nothing. Can't move. The camera cannot move. Main camera. Is that LOD? Do these buildings have LOD on them? That'd be crazy. Unconvinced. Ah, here we go. Is this a bad material? No, it's a good material. Okay, we're good. Um, okay, we're good. Next is the let's look at, you don't need anything. Let's grab some effects. Sound effect. Hmm. I need to. I guess I'll import all of these sound effects. I'm really not sure. What are the licenses on these? They should all be. Yeah, let's import every sound. I'm gonna just import everything. Any sound effect, you're in. Oh, son of a gun, I just realized these are sounds. They're going to freaking be files. Oh no. Oh no. Sucks to have to do this on stream. Should have seriously considering having done it outside of stream now. Okay. Hmm. Let's do some stuff on Avatar. What the heck? Wanted them, but they want me to type slash jump. Sorry. I think it's this and jump. Character doesn't jump. Oh, he does. It takes a while for them to freaking jump, even if you're the host. I mean, I could always just eat. Ha ha ha. What's this do? On. I think that's like a monster. So we're gonna make sure that no one will ever be able to catch up. Dream elements. I think stream elements is now the wealthiest guy. What does this do? This is like a collision box. So we can do something like this. That's cool. Can I grab one of the regular guys? Oh, that was Stream Elements. I thought that was the regular guy. Okay, here we go. I shoot myself. Oh, we can slingshot someone. Good to see that. Gotcha. That's weird. Oh, we can do that. Grab Stream Elements. Stick him. Dunk him. So now Stream Elements is as rich as can. Um, let's do random box. Gotcha. This is cool stuff. I like it. All right, let's get back to it. Unity. Okay, it's finished installing. This one is smaller, so hopefully not as painful to install. Has robot sounds, teleporter, engines, hit noises. Says it's only 26 megabits. This feels like it's slower than the other one. Now, even though we're installing this stuff, like 99% of it we're probably not going to use. It's just there so that way we have like a catalog of different sounds that we can probably only going to use maybe like 5 or 6 of them. In the project. What is this? It's not my knowledge. Don't need footsteps. Don't need weapons. Um, what sounds are these? Overview. It's we don't need these. I'll be right back. Need to Oh, what the heck? Um, here we go. Images. We're just getting more sound effects. Give me a sec. Going for like a sci-fi kind of sound effect catalog. Pulling that out. We're going to have to do a few that's already in my head, custom stuff. No, just need to get through day one. I think that's what we're going to do it with, right? Every day we just need to complete what we need to do for that day and trust the process. Oh yeah, we're going to get. I've never used this particle package. We're so using it right now. Like I've seen it and I've always wanted to use it, but the problem was that it's so sci-fi oriented. I never got the opportunity. We're gonna have to double check it though to make sure that that's fine. But in case this doesn't look good with our current setup, sorry, current theme, then yes, we still have this, our trusty old. I'm not sure if I should get it though. Yeah, let's get it. Soon has just been like the Swiss Army knife of freaking particle. You can manipulate it how. After this, it's going to be the stuff that's probably going to restart my unit. Once that's done, we're basically done with setting up, installing asset project. Various, not even sure. I don't think I've ever used. Don't think I've ever used. I want to actually. This is like an opportunity about stuff that I have had in my back catalog that I just have never. I grab it. It sounds like. But then again, there's a saying, right? If you haven't used it, you haven't used it for. Oh, we'll find out real quick if there's a reason. Element. Yeah, I think it's 'I forgot. Ah, there we go. Oh, I the I could stop that. 2 hours of cover track. This is gonna be oh. I hope some of them are I mean, I'm pretty sure they're all good as good for this project. So I think part of this process is confidence, being able to get past your own doubt, getting it done. It That's part of the reason why I decided to just itemize things the way I have. I don't want to have my mind stray to the big picture too often. I just be granular about it and say, yeah, today this is what done. And suddenly I'm going to be on day 20 and we're publishing. And I'm like, this is just a thing I'm doing. There's no big picture. I think looking at the big picture is great sometimes, but when you just want to get something, you got to look at it at the moment, which you, because the big picture can get really scary sometimes. Oh, you can just add to do this and get it. Cool. I think I'm gone. Let's see. So if you just go to I having too YouTube famous. I can't say you don't want to be, and then unfile. And let's put this in here also. No clue what's in some. Oh no, this is huge. Antique. Yeah, dark sci-fi drown. All right, let's. Ah, asset importing. Crazy. Sound is just rough though. Um, after this, after this, I think the only thing that we need to do is import audio. As far as this is as far as I can go on audio. I mean, if we don't have it, then I have to look for other things, depending on what it is. But sound effects for a sci-fi game is gonna be rough. Visual effects. I don't know if we should be worried about that. I think that we're good, but never know with these. Um, holy cow! I wish you could do other things while Unity was doing this. That would be. They still need to make the controller for the vehicle and a prototype map. So after this, after we import these last couple parts, we will make the map, make a camera for the map, and then put in a vehicle. Oh, we also need to import Cinemachine because we decided we're going to go that direction. I heard. Sorry, I heard they had an update for Cinemachine. I think they're on Cinemachine. Be interesting to have to learn that today. uh, can't learn it tomorrow. Well, I think we can learn it on day 3. I think day 3 or day 4 we have camera work again, but we just need to finish this import process. We are. Will be 4 out of 7 things done. I think that the schedule is assuming that the vehicle controller is going to consume time. So I'm thinking. So I think the only thing the player needs to worry about is left and right. The vehicle will automatically be going forward. All right, that's done. So let's. What was it?
We still needed Cinemachine. And
You know what? Let's just do all of these. What else do I need? That I have images. Yes. I don't think oh, we need to install Tween, Odin inspect. This is useful. Just all this one is small. Basically 3D markers. We'll have more. Need this? I don't think we do because we're. You'd think we would need it for a game like this. I don't feel. I want to check this out. Like, actually, I wanted to check this asset out for the previous project, but I completely forgot about it until like 2 days ago. Now, today I get to see it, right? I was talking to someone on Discord and it crossed my mind because we were talking about the animator and it just crossed my mind I had that. We're not installing that. I'm just looking through this all to find anything that uh this looks okay. We're using this. Now, well, how deep does this rabbit hole go? I think this is good enough. Yeah, I like this UI. Okay, import this. Import. Hopefully it's as good as the this package is no longer support deprecated. That's nice to know after I've clicked and huh, I already have Looks like we got everything that is going to be tied to stuff that now hold on. Let's do this one. I have never really used it, but I've had it for I remember it and I was kind of sad when I got it because it felt so useless, but see if maybe we can find a use project. Maybe. Leon. So let's install the stuff now that's gonna probably make me have to first one. Loading it. What the heck? Oh, there it is. Importo Odin inspect is just a lack of water. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, so Odin Inspector is gonna want me to open up stuff, all kinds. Not much. Just have to get back and install Tween. And after Tween, we install make Cinemachine, and that's it. We had finished 4 out of and Odin Inspector. There we go. Get started. Able. I need to do anything else. I always forget. I don't think I need to do it. Gives me a ton of options. Realizers like Victor is awesome. Leave a review. I already did. Okay. Next is uh, report. All right. I don't think we can move Odin Inspector. It has to stay where it is. Give me problems. Try to move it. Between, I think we could. Okay, Dutween is open to up. Good. Now we gotta go. Oh, nope. Unity. Now, just last thing is Cinemachine, and we are done. Whew. Cinemachine. Oh. January 31st, 2020. Yeah, there is a new version. I saw Cinema 3 is a newer version of, but upgrading an existing product will require some. Okay, goodness sake, did not use Cinema Machine in my previous project. I guess. Um, just use the simple rig and dolly system. Hey, I think we're done, boys. That. Oh, other. We have a whole bunch of stuff over here. Let's dump what we can inside of our store folder. So this, all of the sound stuffs, by face, effects, effect. I think we can move. If we can, can we move the data visual? Hey, look at that. What are we missing? We have the games file, plugins. This is Odin. You know what? Let's take everything here. That's the actual file that is. Okay. But we already have resources. Oh, nice. Okay. Okie dokie. So, uh, now we have to go through, I think, the hard work. Just double checking that. Oh, gosh. So we got, let's share the screen on that. We got most of this done, right? But we're up to this part now. So we need to import library code. So basically, the library code is the code from the previous project. We're just going to grab some of them and dump them in here, right? Into this project for reusability. Let me open up. So before we do that, let's make a new folder. Call this old or last project. This is the code from the last project. And we're going to just drag and drop our entire code base in here. We're going to get a ton of problems. That's fine. So, um, way to do this, I guess, is to open up another Unity. Oh, and we're gonna just grab our scripts folder from this project. Close this. Didn't even make any changes. If and going to drag and drop it onto. Okay. Okay. So this cleaning up. You only need certain scripts from it, not everything. Yeah. So first off, we don't have dungeons any. We don't have abilities, magic. Don't need that. Um, Scriptable objects. Do need data objects. I think. Yeah, we can keep data up. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna make a new folder out here. We're gonna call it folder. So we're gonna want to keep the data object. We're gonna want to keep stats. I don't think we need stats for this type of game, do we? Maybe. Yeah, let's keep stat data. We don't need weapons. Probably can keep item for like the power ups and data manager keep, obviously. Now for audio, we definitely gonna keep air float. We don't need to worry. Character parts, effect, inventory. We don't. I don't think we're gonna have inventory. Just because we're keeping item, do it like this. Anything related to item, we're gonna throw over here just in case. Any dependencies? Don't know if it is. That's it. Uh, I think item has a dependency on element data, but we're gonna get rid of that. That's unrelated. Delete all of this. Okay, keep. I want to keep these. No, we're gonna keep event bus, inventory, and player input. Actor data. I think we need this. Um, Ton of stuff that would be useful, but you know what? Let's keep it for now. Clean it up, but we can use it again. And let's hold on to this case And we don't need player input. Utility. Yes, we can keep this. Don't need, not using. Camera rig, we're using Cinemachine. Yes, we can get rid of. Is pretty much not stuff we're gonna. I mean, this one is pretty good. I guess we can keep this, like for the UI. Uh, yeah, we can keep these. We're just gonna change names around to match what we're using for the UI. Uh, okay, so this is for like picking up loot. I guess we can. Let's keep this. Keep this whole thing. Might end up to managers. Yes, we're keeping this. Game field. Audio, obviously. We don't need the bounce man. We can keep the broker. We don't need the combat man. Not even sure what the game manager had in it. We need it for this. We don't need this game manager. We can keep this, but we're gonna just delete it. Input manager. Uh, yeah. Controls for this are pretty simple, left and right, but UI has a few extra hits. Pool manager, obviously, and that state machine that we don't need the tile manager. We don't need any of these. General. But this don't need. I think we're done with the. Everything else is pretty much empty. General. Aha. We have. I mean, technically, we do have hitboxes and hurtboxes for like when we collide with. And what does a hitbox have in it? It's just trigger. Oh yeah, no, not gonna mess. We're gonna make a different thing. You don't need to have AI pathing. That target. Get rid of it. Okay. So now we have to clean up the keepers or keep. Um, we have 76 references, stuff that we don't want anymore. Most of that stuff is going to be in actor. You only really want the stat manager and delete everything else. Hey, so for Dewey, I think we want effects, right? Yeah, I think we want effects in this. Oh, we'll re-import game effects. Right now, let's just comment these out. Now that I thought about it, we're going to need effects for like power-ups and stuff. Or we could just use a very simple version of it. Most of this stuff, we don't need abilities. Maybe later we can implement abilities into the project, but for right now, overkill. We didn't plan out like after release we can probably implement the rest of that, I guess. Um okay, so we don't have game elements anymore. Don't need to worry about that. Have stats. So we can get rid of this. Um so that means that we can get rid of this. Okay, there we go. So we're not 100% sold on that we're going to have no abilities in this game, so I'm just going to comment these out. Uh and we're going to make an actor class later. It's going to be stuff like that. Coming back. For now. Hey, should be it. Now have a project with a lot, 27 errors. We're down from 80 something to 20. Oh, that should cause, yep, that's going to cause problems. Um, you know what? Let's just comment this. We'll turn it back on after we make. Okay, game manager, we need to get rid of stuff that's in here. None of this is really applicable to the game that we're making. A lot of this was debug stuff anyway. But we can get rid of all of this. No longer following the mouse. Comment this. Game effect. What is this? This is the inventory. So yeah, we can get rid of these. Well, actually, we might bring game effects back. So comment this out. We should probably make the actor class so we stop getting these. But what is this now? Oh, this is the UI for the player resource. Yeah. Anything related to game element, this whole thing. Probably shouldn't have kept this one. Now that I think about it, it's kind of specific to that UI that we made for the other project. I think I'm just gonna purge it. Really, I think we shouldn't keep this class. Close out of it. No reason to. We have to make a new UI. Hoping that this one I think is generic enough though. Check. Should be fine with this. Yeah, this is fine. For generic, got nothing to do. Doesn't care. Okay. Item data. Right. So we're not going to be using element data. Might be using reference to element. Effects around. There's no actor yet. So until we make an actor, all of this stuff. Probably should have kept the actor class around just so that way we try. But it is what it is. I wasn't sure what I was going to name it. Because I usually name it actor when we have many, but in this case, we only are going to have one. Might as well just name it play. So this is item report manager. This is for like when we pick up items or destroy items, or whatever. It reports it to other things in the game. I think it's good to just get rid of everything. Giving issue. We don't really need it right now. And turn them back on later. Nothing else should be using them. Right. So, whew, big one. But let's even use this. I think we use. Yeah, we just use it to set the turn. Get rid of. And okay. What are you what are you crying about? Yeah, we got rid of the combat man. Oh, this is the world item. Turn this off. You're not. Okay. Oh, we don't have our tools. In, our tool. Grr. Grr. I think it's inside. Oops. Meep. Oop. You know what I can do to find it? Sure. And ah, no. Oh, ah, shit. Is I think it was in the bounce manager. Feel like, yep, there it is. See, but okay. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna be good programmers, and we're going to uh first we have to that stops giving me it, and we can get rid of it. And that got rid of every error ever. But uh actually, yes, 8 here and just bullet tool and the broker. Gonna leave us with this. Okay, that is it. Uh, let's just save out us. What's going on? Broker manager. Yep, there it is. Gotta delete this. Okay. Oh, okay. We have 2 errors. What are they? Ah, we don't have equipment in this game any longer. Okay, so those are our keepers from the previous. So all of these files, all of this code was from the previous game, and we're just going to be, and we might go back and get more. I don't know because it's going to really just depend on what I bump into, and if I remember, we already did that in the previous game. Basically, all of this code is just going to be um, stuff that's going to be in this new project. All right, let's put it in the right area. Start with the scriptable objects because we're going to go with anything that says tends to be broker, data manager. Yep, scriptable object. Okay, so we have to reevaluate. We need to do this all at once. I do not want to go through that every time. Drag and drop that data. Could be item data. I think item type. Uh, Now it's going to recompile. Anything named manager. Manager item input manager. There should be an audio. Uh, Item report manager, pool manager, and the broker manager. Okay, those things will go over. I think game feel falls under manager, and of course the game manager. Sure. I think audio playlist is a scriptable object. Yeah, it is. It's a data object. Okay, so is and the rest of this stuff now is between mono behaviors and not mono behavior. So which ones are mono behavior? Have this mono behavior. I think player input. Heck. Oh no, this is something else. This is this is automatically generated for Unity. I think I accidentally deleted. Yeah. Okay, that's why. We're gonna have to turn all of this off real quick because we're gonna end up gonna lead into one. Just turn it all off and be happy. We have no actor script that was relying on that anyway, so shouldn't cause any problems. Um, so fine. More keeper. So we know billboard is definitely a mono behavior. Why bar is a mono behavior? Callback. Ellie. I think that's it for the mono behavior. Let's close into
sh- and then the rest of these are just objects. Um, this is a utility object. The rest of these. Oh, okay, so that means, sorry, about the screen, and I don't know what's going on. OBS, I got to pay close attention to it because it was completely black for a second. Um, that was weird. Anyway, so that brings this to an end. Where's that checkbox? Oh, there we go. Okay. So now we just need to do these three. We need to create a small map for our prototype, test out our to test out our vehicle that we're about to make, and handling the camera perspective. So this is a couple of things. One is Cinemachine. This one we have to get the new input manager work. And we need to make a map. All right. I think we probably want to take a break. I'm not. Um, a lot of little bits of housekeeping. Mm. I'll tell you if we're going to take a break. Now, I think we can do a little bit more. Let's do a little bit more before we call it. I want to try to get everything done today. Even though technically this is day 0, but it'd be nice to get as much of this done before day 1. You know what I mean? The more I get done before day 1, easier it'll just be to just have that wiggle room. So when I start getting to people saying, "Hey, I need you to play test on this day," I'll know that I have wiggle room to be able to say, "We're going to make that." Right? So, okay, let's get back to it. Aha. That's terrible. Like, that is terrible. Okay. All right, let's get back to it. Um, scene. So we don't need this scene anymore. Yeah, at all. But I'm going to grab, I think, this vehicle. This is a good. Like, if I had to pick, I would say probably this vehicle would be a good vehicle for this game, actually. Maybe this. All of them look nice. But yeah, let's go with this. I think we're going to go with these. I like these, the hover cars. Do they have hover bikes? Oh, this is like the Matrix. That was crazy. You'd figure in Back to the Future, they said that by this point we'd have hover cars. They were totally off. Futurism, way off. Probably like 150 years away from hover cars. If that ever even becomes a thing. Probably even further, maybe 200 years. Okay. Um, Let us begin. Uh, Lettuce, right? Let us begin. So the very first thing I like to do in my games is do a multi-scene workflow. That means that we are going to create a new scene. Actually, let's just grab the sample scene, dump it in here. And let's unload this one. Move it. Okay. Uh, for now, we're going to leave the light, camera, and stuff like that, global volume, and all that stuff in here. But we're going to introduce a new empty. We're going to call this my managers. And it's going to have everything. The game manager, game feel, pool, managers, and we also need to make a parent for that. Actually, you know what? Let's just yeah, no, let's be good. Ooh, make it a child of this, pass it in. Here, done. What else? There was other managers, right? Where is it? It's manager. So we have the broker manager, uh, input manager, and the state manager. Oh, and the audio manager, right? We need to make some audio source prefabs for the audio manager. So let's do that. Have our prefab folder. Oh, we can just do some audio sources. The main Let's actually just fill it out. So this is gonna loop, and it'll play on awake. It'll loop the volume. We're gonna just start the volume at 0, even though the manager should take care of that for us. And we're not gonna give it a mixer group quite yet. I don't think we need to do that. And we're gonna call it music source instead of music main. Okay, here, pass this as back over here. Now we're gonna rename it music for main and second. So the main one here, secondary one here. So, and then we have to create another one. This one is going to be our S sound effects source. This one will play on awake, doesn't loop, and it just control. I think that's it. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot going on with it. We can do that. Pass the prefab in. That's it. Audio source, audio manager is set up. Okay. Um. So with the manager set up, the this stuff, like, we don't have to worry about it right now, but for the most part, uh oh, we're gonna put these as and this can go the way. Let's actually be good about this, and audio parent organize. Okay. um Next is I have to look. Next is uh, here we go. Hey, gotta love Twitch spam bots. All right. So next is the we have to do app Cinemachine. We did install Cinemachine. That's cool. Don't see Cinemachine. It's under tools. Wooden. I'm pretty sure I installed Cinemachine. They usually have like this thing like Cinemachine Brain. Yeah, there it is. Right click, do I get it? Yeah, there it is. Okay, awesome. So now I have this, which I'm going to rename, is inside of my. We're going to rename this the system. Right, this is just going to continue on at the next scene. So basically, once the game starts, all of that stuff is going to be there. You just don't have it play out. And so the game manager, let's actually go in and I did plan on doing some code first, but pretty simple. Just need to and do this. Okay. Okay, so initialization. Okay, there. And it's that easy. The state machine that we made the last stream, this is basically how you set it up, right? You get your list of states, and then you just pass it into the machine. And now this machine has all of these. Pretty cool, huh? And you can do all kinds of crazy things with states. So we're going to be doing some of that in a little bit. One thing I didn't get to make that unfortunately, since I got sick in January, I wasn't able to get to, was in that previous project, was the scene handler, which would have been very nice to do ahead of time, but I'm going to have to make, I think I'm going to have to make it for this. We could have just gotten like some async scene loading and things. It would have been pretty cool. Pretty. Uh, okay. Let's go back to the Unity. Wherever Unity is. He's crying about something. Yeah, sure. That's gonna be a continuous thing until I restart Unity. But okay, so now we just need to make the second scene. Let's do that over here. This is gonna be our scene for testing. This is going to be here. Ooh, we don't need two cameras, directional. So I like to keep the camera over here. But the directional light, right? Like this is just the main camera. Okay. Uh, scene. So the directional light. Um, let's figure out how Cinti wants us to make a map. I don't think they're very well known for providing map making. Pretty much known for like character models. So let's see what their map asset have for. So first off, whenever I make something, I like to always make sure that the very first thing that I put down, because it's easy to lose focus here, is at the origin point. 0 zeros. Plain zero. Let's do that. Um Plugins. It would probably be, don't they have, oh there we go. Okay. You know what? We can just do, we could do better, Senator. There we go. Let's just import all of these quick into, where everything is. So now this will help me figure out what the heck I'm looking at. The end, we just need to make this one. What the? They're like completely random. The scale, the size of these is just totally random. This is a, but let's do it this way. Everything that's like this size will go over to it. Everything that's super large is just. Why is this rotated 90 degrees? What the heck? This is so large. Offset is crazy. I do not understand what's going on here. This thing is much larger than, kind of crazy. The crazy. This is supposed to be like, this corner is huge. Oh no, it's not huge. I think they just offset the. How did they do that? Crazy. Like, what is this model? So curious. Like, how did they do that? Ah, okay. Oh, let's put this back. Here we go. Going 4 corners. Uh, Not a corner. Just put this over. Ah, sorry. Fun with corners. Oh, it's like a crosswalk. Let's bring this down here. Okay. These are all of the road tools that are available to. Craziest one is this one. Looks like it's supposed to be a parking. Oh, it is. Yeah, it says parking. Parking line. Okay. All right. Brain is working. So I could make a tool that will treat these like tiles, and then I would paint the roads using those tiles. Making that tool would take about a day though, on its own, right? So the parking thing, this can be used maybe for like decorations, I guess. But primarily I feel like this is what's going to be used. This, maybe this, definitely this. That's what I feel. This and this are possible. Because with this, we could do something like this. There you go. Right? We can do stuff like that. And now suddenly we have 2 lanes. Which is awesome. Right? Then we can also this. Now we have 3 lanes. Oh, a bicycle lane in it. I've seen crazier. Okay. 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 Yeah. No, we can't do that. That would have been cool though. Oh man, we can't do that. Um, guess we can just do it the way Cinti did it. I mean, this is kind of going to get a little bit granular, but if they did it that way, they probably did it that way. And we get a little bit of. Oh, oh, oh. You know what? There we go. Make it easier. So let's start by making. Then we just position the this. So it's at 0 on the X. I don't even know what that is. Craziness. Um, but it's to move 0.5. 5 is what it wants. All right, we can come out of this actually. Go back over here. Tabs. 8 full. Um, utility. Put our two free tabs over here. Folder. Okay, let's duplicate this. So about that. Dump this in. Ooh, we now have a fill of this brief. We can now do this with. Right? Thing. How Cinti wanted it done. Is he? Makes sense. Unfortunately, the way I was thinking about applying this is not going to work. I would literally have to make a custom system. Let me see. Do they have a system already? I don't think I saw any scripts with this with this. I think they just did it by hand. Pretty sure I didn't see any creators. Yeah, it's just there's no. That's it. They just. Oh, they had a URP extract me over here. Haha, I should have seen that. Didn't notice it. I'll look for it another time. We did it ourselves. Doesn't matter. Okay. So right. So for now, all of our maps are just going to go straight. Later on, I want to introduce turns and things, but straight is being able. Now, if I remember correct, what the? Oh, okay. One of these should be zeroed. Which one of them should be zeroed out? Oh, no, no, no. I had to move. I think this is like the center. Um, no, this. So let's do this. Keep our lives simple. There is logic here for all of these don't. So that one zero the z. Okay, so now the trick is to figure out what that distance should be 5. Yep, there it is. What the heck? Yeah, that's what the one. Okay, good. I dislike that about it. There we go. Long. Okay. Do these have colliders or not? Oh, they do have colliders. Uh, yeah, we have to turn these. Okay. We're gonna we're gonna actually prototype scene, and we're going to get this. Just do collider. I mean, I think we can. It's just, okay. We just turn all of these. Granted, they're box colliders, but we don't need them. Just do the single box. And or actually, I think they have. I guess not. I could have sworn they had one. I think I'm thinking, you know, this is. I think I was thinking of Yo dot or dot. Um. Okay. Yeah. And there we have a road. Apply this. something in 45. Maths. Let's table this. Okay, so now this is fine, but we need sidewalks. Right? And then on top of that, that's actually not the last colliders that we need to imp a and this in 0. So yep. Okay. Um do it again over to the direct. Sure. Hit one. Again, there. That is weird. Not good. Oh, okay. That's like 5 point, like 5.5 and -5. Gotta have symmetry here. Oh no. This thing off at zeros. Oh. Ah, okay. It might not be the 8 is roughly the whatever. Oh, just need uh y. Good. 3090 was a good guess. Um 25. Stop rendering. Duke. Beautiful. So now we have a road that we drive on, and we have walls so we don't. Let's just update. Now our next trick is to put a car here and allow ourselves to be able to drive that car. Um, and also hooking that into Cinemachine camera. So I think we can go back to over. Let's make it a little bit fancier. Yes, can afford to do that. We're on day 0. Goof around. Uh, aha, there. If this one is a good one. I think this is all of them. What the heck? Not a tree. Oh, it's a wall. Ah, there even. Oh, there it is. It's on the other side. It's not any kind of dude. Looks like they did it by 10. And then not interesting. Okay, closer to round that up. Okay, this is what I was looking. It was literally the last one. That's funny. That's hilarious. Like, you can't tell me that the offset on the related to the model. Like, I don't think you can just do this in Unity. They rendered it, or rather, whatever they did in well, whatever engine they or whatever modeling use, absolutely did it intentionally. Pretty cool. This should be 5. And we're gonna over it. Don't tell me, oh, these guys put box colliders on. Like, is there as a grid system? Make sure it's aligned. Grid is all. Literally needs even Let's turn on. Good enough. Now we can just do this. So Cinti's definitely not known for their level editor tools. We have to make our own for this. Hence, how much time this is going to eat up. We're technically going to have to make one anyway because we have to do procedural generation. So what we're doing right now is laying down the groundwork for that procedure, right? By just making these prefabs ahead of time, we're just going to be repeating these prefabs. So it's going to be like 3 different prefabs like this. One for if we do implement a turn. But then the outside over here is going to have to be something crazy because I want the visuals to just look really good as you're going by. So now in these games, usually, uh, it isn't that the car is moving, it's that the world is moving. So that's how we're going to approach it, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, that's it. That's all she. Okay, and that's a road. This is a grab all of these sidewalks, dump them. Okay, what did it just do? I did not do that. You just did that. You did that. You are crazy. Why did you do that? What just happened? It just like created extra stuff over here. What did you just do that for? All I did was confirm that you are a object. All of these things, left and right wall. How far do these? They do not go that far out. But not go that far out. So I'm going to try that one more time. Go here, override. Okay, it looks like it. I don't know what's going on here. I think we duplicated this. I don't know how. Let's disable this. What the? The blue blazes. Uh. I think I get what just happened. Understand the R venom. I understand what. Okay. So let's start off by deleting. Doesn't confuse me again. We have to open up. We have to do the good work of opening up this asset. Uh. Oh. What the heck? Like it will. It will allow me. Oh. Whew. Now we can duplicate that and just put 5 ahead. So let's call it there. Call that a 6. So I'm thinking that what I can do is do both. Sort of. This is weird. I've never made one of these games before, so it's kind of in that area of I am working off of just my general sense of how these things are supposed to be made. So the idea is we could do it this way. This terrain, this map over here, will continue to go like that, all right? Like you'll just continue to see this go like that, and as going, this stuff that's already past you will come from in front, and so it makes it look like it's infinite, right? And then every once in a while, when you beat certain challenges or whatnot, things change about it, right? Whatever is going to be instanced or maybe just the ground, whatever, but things change. That's a direction. And really, what you control is the left or vehicle. Okay, 7. All right, so we're gonna call it there. I think this is good for day 0. Tomorrow, the only thing that we have to do, uh, so we have created the prototype scene, simple scene to test new game element. All right, so that's gonna leave us with only 2 things to work on tomorrow, which is the Cinemachine camera. Actually, let me gonna leave us with these 2 things to work on tomorrow. It's gonna be the Cinemachine camera and the vehicle itself. So the vehicle is technically going to be the map, and the player can control moving left or right. And there's going to be like certain power ups that make you zoom ahead a little bit. And the camera, I think, is going to probably be the camera is probably going to be. There we go. Hmm. The camera is probably going to be this thing here. It's going to be. Is it not? There we go. So weird. I need to fix that. But the camera is probably going to be like up here. Uh, and it's going to be and the vehicle that 60 is a think that's it. Let me see what happens. And so the map just basically goes by like this. And then as you go past, it'll just keep on, right? And it'll get faster as you get further along. That minimizes the amount of impact because again, this is a WebGL game, so I'm trying to minimize the amount of resources used. We do more with less. It looks all right. Okay, so that's going to be it for today. I will start day one with being a little bit ahead. We got quite a few things taken care of for day zero. Not bad. Not bad. I would have liked to have gotten a little bit further, but it is what it is. Would have liked to have gotten. We did absolutely no programming basically today. It's been a while since I've gone a day without having to code something. But let's take a look. So setting up the project, we basically we wrote technically this is part of it. We wrote the GDD, then we wrote this stuff together, uh, planning out our time here. Got up to I think it was day 5. Yeah, we got up to day 5. Um, we got all of the assets that we're going to be using into our project, including the scripts that we made from the previous project that we could reuse into this one. We set up the project's files, organized all of the project stuff. This one was easy as well. We just turned it into a WebGL project. Version control was set up. That was super easy also. Um, and this one's the longest, I think, of it. We had to kind of learn. Well, no, technically, I think this is the longest. The importing of the app. That one was tedious, but this one, pretty much the whenever I see sound or music, I know it's gonna like Unity. Even though you could download these files super quick, Unity takes forever to. Um, so tomorrow, it's basically these are the two I'm going to have to hit tomorrow. But if I can, because of day zero, I can technically go now into this a little bit, and that will be the level generation, creating the environment asset, which we kind of did part of today, right? But we're gonna have to go deeper into it now with this one because we needed to work with level generation map, the map generator that's going to be producing different or new scenery on the sides, and do some post processing. Day two post processing, super early. Uh, if we can get through day one and like half of day two on day one, that would be great. Like, I'm expecting this part to be an issue, but it would be nice to be able to get part of day two out of the way. Day three, this is a lot of this stuff is pretty easy. So day three we might be able to get a little bit of day four in day three, hopefully. And can get here within 5 days. That's basically like a game jam. That would be really good. Then from there, we can probably even take day 6 to just like plot out what we're going to be doing now for the rest of these days because it's basically going to be QA and a lot of play testing from this point on. And then polish. A lot more polish has to be added to the game from day 7 going. a lot of playtesting. Once that's done, by day 20, we should be able to publish this, and that would be it. Okay, so we're going to call it there for tonight. Thank you very much for joining. It wasn't too boring.